Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Thelma Okoro. The trial of Nigeria's Senate President Bukola Saraki has resumed at the Code of Conduct Tribunal in Abuja. The Senate President was charged before the tribunal to answer to allegations of corruption leveled against him by the Conduct Bureau. At the hearing on Tuesday, the tribunal dismissed an application by Senator Saraki asking for the case to be adjourned in order for him to make further legal consultation on the matter. The tribunal ruled that it had jurisdiction to try the case brought against by the Senate President. There was also a noticeable reduction in the number of lawyers who had shown up for the trial to represent Senator Saraki. 51 lawyers announced their appearance in the court, a complete departure from the March 18 sit-in where 80 lawyers were present to represent Senator Saraki. The Code of Conduct Tribunal accuses Saraki of falsification of assets while he was governor of Kwara State. His trial has been adjourned till Wednesday, April the 6th. A federal high court in Abuja has adjourned the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu's trial was expected to continue on Tuesday morning, but was postponed to April the 26th. Kanu's counsel, Chuks Muoma, a senior advocate of Nigeria, had applied for a stay of proceedings until the appeal court takes a decision on a ruling by the court for the Department of State Services DSS to protect its witnesses. A federal high court in Abuja had on March 7th granted the government permission to shoot its witnesses. According to the prosecutor, the witnesses claimed they had been threatened by associates of the accused person, stressing that they would only testify if they were assured of their personal safety. The intense fuel scarcity currently being experienced in Nigeria continued till Tuesday. For more than a month now, Nigerians have been queuing for several hours at fuel service stations all over the country to get petrol. The petrol station queues, which can sometimes stay overnight, has also blocked major roads in the commercial city of Lagos, southwest Nigeria, causing serious traffic. Some fuel stations have more than tripled the price of fuel, which is selling for as high as 300 naira per litre. This is the worst fuel shortage to hit Nigeria, which is Africa's top oil producer for so many years. Minister of State for Petroleum Ibe Kachiko has given assurances that the government is trying its best to end the fuel scarcity between the 1st and 2nd week of April. Now, Nigeria's federal government says it has not reversed its decision to remove subsidy on premium motor spirit PMS, popularly called petrol. A statement released by Sotonye Iyoyo, the Executive Secretary of the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, confirmed this. The agency stated that contrary to media reports, what still exists is price modulation policy, through which it considers and reviews pump price of PMS quarterly. Barely 48 hours ago, the agency had said there is no plan to increase the official price of petrol in the country. The Kaduna State Security Council says it has agreed to ban the sale of petroleum products in jerrycans throughout the 23 local government areas of the state. A statement by Special Assistant to the Governor on Media and Publicity, Samuel Aruwan, said the council based its decision on legal and security considerations. The environmental hazard caused by petroleum products in jerrycans was also considered a reason for the ban. Noting the difficulties imposed by the current petrol scarcity, the council appealed to citizens of the country to remain patient as they partner with relevant bodies to end the fuel scarcity. The National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria (NAD) has issued a 21-day ultimatum to the Nigerian government to begin payment of salaries to its members or be ready for a showdown. President of the association, Muhammad Askira, made this demand at the press briefing in Abuja. He condemned the non-payment of its members' salaries in some state-owned tertiary hospitals, ranging from 3 to 8 months.
In line with the above realities and the current realities in our country, NARD declares a 21-day ultimatum with effect from today, the 4th of April 2016, to press home our aforementioned demands, following which industrial harmony in our various hospitals may not be guaranteed, considering the existing realities on ground. We therefore call on all stakeholders, we call on the media houses to be partners, to come and partner with us, government and non-governmental, public and private, rich and poor, to galvanize our forces together so that we can see we come about an amicable resolutions on this aforementioned pertinent demands so as to avert this looming avoidable industrial dispute. If you look at the demands by NAD, they are demands that are primarily the responsibility of government. Do I have to now, at this time in March, in April, say, government, why did you not give me my December salary? As I'm talking to you, doctors that have undergone toiling, day in, day out, surgeries, in the accident and emergencies, in the ICU, as I'm talking to you, doctors of Luth, doctors of University College Hospital, doctors in Iwa, doctors in FMC Ori, as I'm talking to you today, now, they have not been paid their December salary.
As part of efforts to diversify the Nigerian economy, the federal government says it will hold a 3-day national summit on culture and tourism from April 27th to April 29, 2016. Nigeria's Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made the announcement on Tuesday. According to the minister, Nigeria intends to use culture to drive tourism in order to achieve a significant boost in the vast tourism potentials of the country. He was speaking during a meeting between the Ministry of Information and Culture and the British Council on a planned collaboration between the two bodies. A former Nigerian Minister of Works and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Adeseye Ogunlewe, has commended President Muhammadu Buhari for the work he has done during his time in office. Speaking on our flagship program, TV360, Ogunlewe admitted that President Buhari's administration still had some obstacles to overcome, but praised the president for his commitment to improving the lives of Nigerians.
There are, obstacles, ups and downs in any government administration. But one must congratulate our president for his resolute, for his convincing, attitude to change Nigeria for the better. He's a man of character, a man of honor, a man of distinction, a man every Nigerian is proud of. Not his party, the APC, no. But that is the man we all want to be Nigerian president. And honestly, we are very proud of whatever he has been able to achieve within this short period.
Still on the president, a former Senate Deputy Minority Leader and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Oloronimbe Mamora, has defended President Muhammadu Buhari's anti-corruption war. The president has come under severe criticism from the opposition, who have described the anti-corruption campaign as one-sided and biased. Also speaking on our flagship program, TV360, Mamora dismissed those suggestions, saying that though the anti-corruption war has picked up mostly those from the opposition, it has been a non-partial exercise, as some members of the APC have also been investigated.
When you confront the kind of problem like corruption, in terms of what corruption is to Nigeria, I think it's only proper and appropriate to start with what you can call the low-hanging fruits. There is this Chinese proverb that it is not prudent to climb the tree when you are looking for fish. So you want to look at the obvious ones. And what are the obvious ones? You're talking of, it's not just obvious alone. You are talking of a situation of what you can call crime against humanity, where people allegedly got money, supposedly to buy arms, and failed to buy the arms only to distribute the money for some other purposes, while we claim to be fighting insurgency. So that is criminal enough as to require urgent attention. Again, you will recall that one of the things that reminds Nigerians about government is fear, and Nigerians are suffering day in, day out on the issue of incessant fuel shortages, which one of the reasons was the money which people collected ostensibly for fuel supply, only for them not to supply this. So we're also looking under the subsidy gate, if you like. So that is also obvious, and it's being pursued. And these are the low-hanging fruits that I talk about. That is the very obvious ones that we need to attack first before looking at others. So it is not selective in any way. And without wanting to mention names, you yourself know that there are some even APC members who are being prosecuted, one way or the other, on alleged corrupt practices. I don't want to mention names, but so it's, for anyone to say it is selective, I do not agree.
The All Progressives Congress in the South-South region has intervened in the crisis rocking the party in Bayelsa State. Leaders of the party have overruled the indefinite suspension placed on the former governor of the state, TV360 Silva. The National Working Committee of the party in the state suspended Silva over alleged bribery and anti-party activities. Members of the Albino Foundation in Nigeria have called on government and well-meaning Nigerians to come to the aid of albinos in the country suffering from skin cancer. At a press conference in Abuja, some of the victims of the skin cancer recounted their struggles with the disease and pleaded with the government to come to their aid.
I'm having a skin cancer, which I undergo. I started the treatment since last year. Along the line, I did the first operation. It was successful. Within some intervals of months, I get to find some growth at the side of the operation, which I took back myself to the hospital, National Hospital in Abuja. I undergo the other operation, that is at the second side of my right arm fix. So, fortunately, the operation was successful. I started making some treatment at home. So I was writing exam during the period. I get to find that my face, the side of the place where it was being operated, started getting swell. So after the exam, I took myself to the hospital. I consulted my doctor saw it. He planned for the next operation, which a doctor came in and told them that albino cases cannot be handled for now yet, that they've not paid them for the past treatment they undergo. The fact is this, I know what Mr. President is passing through, but I'm still calling on him to assist things, because a lot of individuals, albinos, are passing through difficulties on cancer issues. So I wanted to tender the issue, at least to look onto it to the masses. It is a cry of the masses. Please let him intervene and do something fast, because it is killing an albinos.
It is not easy with me like this. I'm just begging that the government should help us. It is not easy at all.
The president of the foundation, J.K. Pele, also noted that since the term of the last administration ended, albinos who were previously treated free of charge by the National Hospital in Abuja have been denied free treatment, leading to the continuous death of at least 2 albinos every month. Meanwhile, he also presented a sunscreen lotion produced by a German company for the foundation to prevent skin cancer.
The core essence of this conference is on preventive measure. As much as we're appealing to the government to reinstate this treatment process, we have an urgent need in our hands. We have the sunscreen that is a preventive element to skin cancer. The sunscreen have been manufactured by a German company through their agent here. We had a meeting with the previous administration, and we were looking at ways of purchasing this sunscreen and talking about the federal government and distribute it free to the albinos. Well, the organization we met, I think one of you were present in Germany when we signed that MOU. They manufactured this sunscreen which has our logo on it. And the reason for putting our logo on it is so that by the time it gets to us and we announce that it is not for sale, when anybody sees this logo on the pack and on the tube, the sunscreen tube, you just know that it is not for sale. So nobody will sell it and no albino will buy it because they know they are supposed to get it for free. We have well over 200,000 pieces. They will expire by the end of the year, which makes this product useless. We are appealing to the federal government to immediately purchase this product from the manufacturers through their agent, and with the foundation help us to distribute the product to the people who needs it urgently.
We'll take a short break now. When we come back, business and sports stories follow.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching the Funny White Man Show, which is the biggest, the brightest, and the most entertaining show in Africa.
Funny white man, funny white man, funny white man, but this way you talk, it's too much. Give me 5,000 man that you. It's too much. So you get it like, Messi move along the street. Ah, yeah, Messi like that, I'm going girl. You know, my own people, actually. Yeah, fine, it's fun. I enjoy it. And I'm one of those very few.
I'm forever taking it personal. I will listen 160 million Nigerians are corrupt. How? My brother, I'm looking for you.
Yeah, but it's a growth, and this is the time to build business and know the pitfalls and know what to do and what not to do. But there are months where you get business and months.
You know how we do, how we train them. We do the way you do.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching Trending Matters on the Funny White Man Show. Of course, they will bring you trending issues just to entertain and tickle your fancy.
Welcome back. You're watching TV360 News now. The Debt Management Office on Tuesday said Nigeria plans to raise 110 billion naira in local currency-dominated bonds on April 13th. The office said it will sell 50 billion naira of a bond maturing in 2036, 40 billion of paper maturing in 2026, and 20 billion of debt maturing in 2020 using the Dutch auction system. Nigeria issues sovereign bonds monthly to support the local bond market, create a benchmark for corporate issuance, and fund its budget deficit. Oil slipped to a one-month low on Tuesday after a surprise fall in gasoline demand in the United States, the world's largest oil consumer. The Brent crude was down 26 cents at $37.43 a barrel, while U.S. futures fell by 21 cents to $35.49 a barrel. The world's largest oil producers are due to meet in Doha on April 17th to negotiate an output freeze, but a jump in Russian oil production to a 30-year high in March has cast doubt over chances of an output cap being agreed. South Africa's ruling ANC party has reaffirmed its support for President Jacob Zuma. South Africa's parliament began a debate on Tuesday on a motion to impeach President Zuma after the country's top court ruled that he breached the country's constitution. The Democratic Alliance said he was no longer fit to govern after the court ruled last week that he had violated the constitution by failing to repay public money used to upgrade his private residence. The Prime Minister of Iceland has resigned. PM Sigmundur Guðlaugsson quit office on Tuesday following the Panama Papers leaks, which revealed he owned an offshore company, Wintrees, with his wife. He becomes the first major casualty of the Panama Paper leaks, which have shed an embarrassing spotlight on the world of offshore finance. The leaks from Panama law firm Mossack Fonseca accused the Prime Minister of concealing millions of dollars worth of family assets. Moving on to sport, Nigeria's Minister of Youth and Sports, Solomon Dalong, has set up a committee to revive the country's ailing sports sector. The committee, which will be inaugurated on Thursday, April 7th, will be chaired by the director of the International Tennis Academy, Godwin Kienka. Other members of the committee are former international and FIFA presidential candidates Shego Digbami, former Olympic medalist Mary Onyali, Fatai Williams, Colonel Sam Ahmed retired, Yusuf Dati, and Kayode Thomas. The country's sports sector has taken a nosedive for several years now following the failure of the Super Eagles to qualify for 2 consecutive AFCON tournaments. Arsenal wonderkid Alex Iwobi has insisted he does not regret choosing to represent Nigeria over the 3 Lions of England. The 90-year-old, who made his competitive debut for the Super Eagles in the African Cup of Nations qualifier against Egypt in March this year, was quoted by the English FA to switch allegiances to England. However, in an interview, Iwobi has insisted that despite the failure of the Eagles to qualify for AFCON, he does not regret his decision to snub England. Kenya is set to miss out on the 2016 Rio Olympics as a deadline to prove to the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA the country's doping compliant looms. The deadline was set following revelations by 2 Kenyan athletes that they paid bribes to the head of the Kenyan Athletics Federation to reduce doping suspensions. WADA's Compliance Review Committee meets in Montreal on Tuesday and is expected to recommend the East African country is declared non-compliant. The organization's board is then expected to approve the move on 12th of May. That's all we have on news now. We thank you very much for watching. I am Thelma Okoro.